What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Did a few rearranging in this room and had a few things I wanted to chat about. So this is how it looks with the masked Spidey in this display. You know, previously we had the Tom Holland version, and now here's the masked version. Because I do want to have the Tom Holland one in my main display, just because it is a far superior bust overall. The only thing I like better about this one is the red. It's a more vibrant red that I do prefer. Other than that, the blue, the base, and everything else is far superior on the other Tom Holland one. And I was just testing it out, putting the Infinity Gauntlet here because, I wanted to do Tom Holland and Hulk, and I was able to fit comfortably Groot with Star-Lord's mask in this display. And I think that looks really good. So I was like, okay, well, we have two options for the Infinity Gauntlet. We can either sell it at, a pretty good loss. I could maybe get $750 for it. Shipping would be $200. There's a paint scuff on the back. When I originally ordered it, I only got an $80 credit for it. So if we do this, you still have the Trinity. We had to move Groot behind him, which we could also still move Groot if we don't want him there. And then I was trying Thanos right here. So check that out. It's a little bit tighter. I thought about potentially doing Hulk as well. But Hulk is so wide due to his arms, he wasn't really working. I just felt like Hulk could go better here, but he's really wide. His arm was blocking her, so Thanos just fits a little bit better. He is sticking quite a bit out of the shelf. Not a huge deal, because it's not like I'm brushing or walking along that area. And he does look cool there, no doubt, So, if we want to keep the Infinity Gauntlet, this is like the best spot. Otherwise, I have to sell it. I still love the piece. I think it's great. I like having just a museum-styled Infinity Gauntlet prop. I know I have the Infinity Gauntlet Thanos, but that is different. This is just like a prop. I've always liked the Hot Toys Infinity Gauntlet. And it looks great right there next to, that Thanos. Yeah, and so we moved Doctor Strange over, and the new Iron Man bust will go right here. Now, that Iron Man bust actually does include a masked swap-out portrait. I didn't even realize that. But if you want to have it masked, you can do that. And then it has like even a little stand to display that extra head. So what I'll probably do in the future, if, Queen Studios makes another MCU bust, like let's just say Hawkeye, Star-Lord. Who else would I potentially want? Let's see. Looking at... I don't care for Bucky or Falcon. Wanda would be great, but they don't do females. Jupiter. Honestly, Hawkeye or Ultron would probably be the only two I'd really want. Ultron to give me the three Avengers. Ultron would be huge, though. I highly doubt it'd fit down low. And I don't think I could fit Doctor Strange down low. He's really tall. Hawkeye would work best. And if I did a Hawkeye, I'd probably move Pepper Potts to where we have Captain Marvel, if she's not going to be the companion to Iron Man. And then do, maybe... I was even thinking Black Widow and Hawkeye right there, and then do Captain Marvel there. If that ever actually happened. But if we'd never see a Hawkeye, I'll just keep the Mark 50 there. It's battle damage. It's the masked version. Unmasked Tony Stark will be right there. I know some people say to place it next to Thanos. The reason I don't is because of how much this shield sticks out. And this is a limited walkway. As you see, it sticks out like 10 inches. And if I bring it in, the walkway is tighter right here, where right here I can like expand out. So it's just better for walking purposes. Additionally, this is a double-armed bust, and Thanos has an arm, so I kind of wanted the armed bust next to each other. So, I'm fine putting Iron Man right there. And if I have room to fit the extra head, I don't think I will. The bust will go right here. The head won't fit there. We'll probably have to display the head, goodness, maybe in the bathroom. Or just box it up. I don't have space for that head. I'd love to display it with that, the Mark 85 1/4. We'd have to remove the the captain helmet to do that, though. But yeah, this is just kind of some things I did today. So wanted to prep the display, see how I like it. You know, I do like having Hulk over closer to the middle and next to Spidey. I think that looks really good, you know, and so I'm quite happy with how this display has turned out. We just need the unmasked Tony bust and Darkseid bust, which is arriving in a few days from now. It's shipped freight, and so it's going to arrive, you know, ETA is Monday right now. But, you know, those can always be delayed or even delivered early. Who knows? So I had a random Instagram message. Someone offering me $3,000 plus shipping for my mummy statue. It's a lot of money, folks. I really love that statue. It is 10 out of 10 cool. All the little Easter eggs, the design, the concept is one of the best concepts of any statue I've ever seen. Without a doubt, like one of the coolest concepts. So I don't want to sell it, but $3,000, that's triple what I paid. Additionally, they said they'd buy Medusa for $1,000. Now she's damaged and I don't have the box, so I'm sure she'd arrive even further damaged upon arrival. And so I'm just like, ugh, that's going to be a pain. And if I get rid of those two, then I'd probably just have to sell Anubis and Cyclops, unless I just want to pair those two right there. You know, and then that obviously frees up these shelves. And I was thinking, well, if I'm going to have free shelves, there's a multitude of statues I could theoretically put here. Ideally 1/4, simply because this is all 1/4. And it needs to be not humans. You know, just, I mean, it could be human, but it needs to be like creaturesque, similar to her. You know, I mean, Alita doesn't truly fit the theme here, but it still works. I could technically do Blade down low. Blade would fit there. And I'd have space to do Selene 1/3 by PCS. I'm not 100% sure that will fit. That's a really tall piece, and I just don't know. The arm would definitely be sticking inside that. You know, but if you moved Blade, that would give us space here to do either Prime 1 Predator and the Jungle Hunter bust, or Hellboy Ape Sapien Hellboy bust. That would look really cool. Of course, that's just spending more money, and I'm trying to reduce my spending. You know, I'm like, if I'm going to sell this, it'd be better just to spread statues out and not buy new statues in, you know, instead. I could theoretically move my Warcraft setup here. That would free up top shelf space in the other room. Warcraft does fit on these two shelves, and they do fit down low. I just have to remove Durotan's sword and do his fist only. But technically Warcraft would fit. I could also theoretically do my Ninja Turtles. They could also fit right there. You know, they not really fit theme-wise, or not, you know, I think this fits much better theme-wise. You know, Ninja Turtles, the only advantage of that is I could move Grimlock into one of those spots, and technically G.I. Joe, and then open up that space for, like, you know, other statues. You know, so I could also, one other random thought was, if we remove this shelf and we do the T-Rex bust there, pending I actually get it. But let's say we get the, I mean, I'm still very skeptical on me receiving the T-Rex bust, because it was through Resin GK, and he gave me tracking, but he gave me tracking for Darkseid bust, and I never got it. I ended up picking up Darkseid bust from Spec Fiction. So I'm still skeptical I'll even receive T-Rex bust. I'm kind of at this point not expecting to get it, and I'm just going to get a refund. If we get it, though, let's just say by some miracle it did ship, we could theoretically put it here, and I could do Blade up and down and then move Underworld over there. I'd probably have to scoot the TV a little bit to the left, but I could do Underworld over there, and then the Reaper setup up top and Blade down low, or Blade up top with the bust. You know, so a few different options. By the way, I wanted to show you the motion sensor light. I installed it over here instead of having the light. So I basically light all this up so we can get better view. So yeah, this light's pretty cool. And the other lighting I actually installed in my Marvel bust setup. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but it's much more vibrant now. So I was also thinking, if the T-Rex doesn't arrive, we probably will just move Prime 1 Predator where Hulkbuster's at with the bust. And, you know, Hunter Victim. I was thinking, you know, I really am not the biggest fan of having my Prime 1 Predator in the closet. It's very, very tight due to the width and the way I have the tree, and theme-wise it doesn't fit good. Honestly, I think Hulkbuster would fit good in that spot for a few reasons. One, it's absolutely enormous. It would fit without a doubt, like, you know, it's 1/4, which is, you know, I mean, it's overscaled, but it's scale better here. It is technically bigger than this, but you could do Hulkbuster and Mark 43 right there. Technically, it would work. I was just thinking, man, I got Shockwave and Jetwing. Hulkbuster is, you know, also like in essence a robot, and so it actually would fit here. You know, granted, I did sell it, but I mean, it's on payment plan. But I was just thinking, man, Hulkbuster would actually probably work pretty good right here. He was on this exact same shelf in the other room, but as you can see, we have extra width here, and I'd do the Mark 43 where that is at. I would just angle it better and do the Mark 43 right there. You know, but my plan was still also to get the Neytiri Avatar bust. You know, I really like that. My brother told me, dude, Hulkbuster's way cooler. You should not pass on that. That's just some alien chick that humped a dude. He says Avatar's basically alien Pocahontas. He's not wrong, though. So, yeah. The biggest thing that sucks about selling Hulkbuster, not only is it a Grail, but I'm also losing $2,000. Ugh, that's such a, like, I feel like I just got arrowed in the chest knowing that. It's like, guy, you sell Grails and lose $2,000. Jupiter's cock, folks. So for Mummy, I mean, it's really hard to decline a triple offer. Like, really hard. I mean, I could realistically sell it and then try to rebuy it in the future at a cheaper price. I'm sure I could probably find it cheaper within the next year and just basically have an empty spot and rebuy it again. Or we sell the whole setup. If we sell it, like I said, we could do Blade, we could do Ninja Turtles, we could do Warcraft. You could remove that end garage shelf and do the T-Rex, and then just do, you know, Blade and Underworld here. You know, so there definitely is a few options if we sell it, but I mean, goodness gracious, look how cool this is. It is so cool. I mean, the Medusa is also extremely cool as well. I mean, I'm a big fan of the setup. I know they're not technically from the movies, but I love the lore. I love ancient Egyptian and, you know, Greek mythology, and I just think the statues are incredibly cool. But I know some of you guys have advocated I should sell them, you know. I could also put Red Sonja and Vampirella over here. You know, that would technically fit. Although the way they work in a garage shelf like that, they extend out quite a bit. If you look here, look how much Vampirella's going onto this shelf right here on the standard shelf. They don't fit perfectly. So, I mean, you'd have to have Vampirella going onto a Lita's shelf if you did this. You know, and then you'd free up that spot for whatever the heck I would want. You know, and of course that would only take up one garage shelf. The other I would probably save for Underworld Celine if I was to do that. So, yeah. Anyways, folks, that's just kind of what's going on in the Flint Cave right now. I'm playing Ni no Kuni for video game. It's pretty fun. Wrath of the White Witch, my brother told me to play it. I plan to eventually play the EZO collection, but it'll probably be months before I get to that. I actually just pre-ordered Black Myth Wukong. You have to buy that. You can't rent it, so I just bought it. It looks really fun, and so I want to beat Ni no Kuni here in the next 3 days, hopefully, so I can you know, start that game immediately because it looks so good. And by the way, Alien Romulus, I freaking loved the movie. Huge, huge fan. 10 out of 10 in my book. I think it might be my new favorite Alien movie. I was a big fan of it. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think of some of the, you know, things we talked about in today's video. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.